I'm on top of the world, eh? I'm on top of the world, eh? Been waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, eh? Been holding it in for a while, eh? Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world. I've tried to cut these corners, tried to take the easy way out. I kept on falling short of something. I could've gave up then, but then again I couldn't have, 'cause I've traveled all this way for something. I take it in but don't look down. 'Cause I'm on top of the world, eh? I'm on top of the world, eh? Been waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 51st commencement ceremony of Ranney School. It is my pleasure to introduce Elizabeth Roberts, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. Elizabeth Roberts.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing and join me in welcoming Jackie Lee, who will sing our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red alert, the bombs bursting in on, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We are very, very fortunate to have Jackie as a member of our class. I think you all know the last year and a half has been just an exciting chapter in her life. I remember when I spoke to her mother, Denise was saying that no matter what the agents are saying, no matter what the negotiations will be, and no matter what the future will hold, Jackie will get a Ranney diploma. And she has spent this year studying with our teachers, using distance learning and a brilliant tutor that we found, and we're so proud of her ability to pursue excellence in a golden area, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and make her Ranney diploma dreams come true at the same time. Now, we have to give her her diploma right now, because a few hours from now she has to be on stage in Albany, New York. If you've ever been to Albany, I know, Jackie, you'd probably rather be here with us, but duty calls. So Dr. Griffith and Mr. Price and Ms. Gibson, will you please present Jackie with her diploma? Albany is that way.
Good afternoon. Let us please bow our heads. As we leave to go our separate ways, let us cherish all the things that we have learned. Remind us to treasure all the friends that we have made and the teachers who have helped us find our way. Let us remember to thank our families for all that they have provided as we seek our fondest dreams. And let us gather to celebrate the achievements of the Ranney School Class of 2015. Bless these graduates. Guide them on their journey as lifelong learners and future leaders. As we look to the past with gratitude and to the future with hope, let each of us strive forward with our best potential, wisdom, courage, and strength. In the words of the American philosopher Henry David Thoreau, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life that you have imagined. For all of this, we give our humble thanks. Thank you. Please be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the podium the President of the Student Council, Elizabeth Roberts, with opening reflections. Elizabeth?
I am a growing girl with feelings. I am a boy who loves to swim. I am an artist. I am curious. I am a competitor. I am different. I am me. In the 5th grade, Ranney students at the young ages of 10 and 11 were asked to define themselves in one sentence. As I reflected years later on this assignment, I was astounded by its request. How are we, as adolescents, expected to state who we were when we were only beginning to master long division or learning how to read chapter books? How did we know who we were? And how were we able to limit our description to only a few mere words? It then dawned on me that the I Am poem was assigned not because we were expected to know who we were, but it was assigned to introduce us to the question that we would be forced to answer for the rest of our lives. Who am I? Who am I? 3 words that evoke such great and diverse responses at every stage of life. Seniors, I want you to take a moment now to ask yourselves who you are today, reflect on who you were, and envision who you will become. You now recognize that your identity has altered throughout the years. But why? There's only one answer: your experiences. Your experiences have shaped you into the person you are today and will only continue to do so in the years to come. Your experiences have transformed you from finger painters to 3D artists, from tone-deaf children to musical masters, and from bench warmers to all-star athletes. It is pride that you feel for your evolutions and a realization that without your Ranney support team, you would not have made it all of this way. I imagine that as a lifer, you are recalling your first memories at the Ranney School. Moments that, although seem so distant, played a huge role in molding you into the child you were then and the person you are today. I know that many of you remember the way in which you confidently marched away from your parents' car on the first day of pre-kindergarten, eager to take on the day that lay ahead. Others recall the moment when they first met their best friend on the steps of the Margaret Mann Building, a friend who would watch you grow over the next 14 years. Some remember their first exposure to cultures and traditions that differed from their own. For many, this was Lenny Lenape Day in Mrs. Kinjemi's 3rd grade class. If you became a Ranney Panther later on in your educational career, I know that you are humored by your distressed middle school self. In your middle school years, you struggled both academically and socially to find your place. You questioned school policies, authority, and yourselves. This period marked a time of great difficulty in your lives, but it made you stronger, wiser, and more capable of overcoming obstacles. After you struggled to understand proofs in Mrs. Piccirillo's 8th grade geometry class, you were better prepared to master the material taught in Mr. Piccirillo's AP calculus class. High school then provided its own unique challenges. No longer were you just expected to retain information, but were encouraged to question it. You were expected to ask why rather than what. It was over the past 4 years that you began to form the identity that you carry with you today. You opened yourself to your surroundings. You allowed your teachers to bring not only knowledge into your lives, but guidance. You embraced their qualities with the hope of one day embodying them. Their lessons inside of the classroom gave clarity to not only the subject they were teaching, but to your life itself. Over the course of your high school career, you began to respect your peers for who they were. You found yourself valuing their idiosyncrasies. As you accepted their eccentricities, you were able in turn to accept your own. Imagine your high school experience without these relationships. You would not be the individual you are today without them. Seniors, as you venture off into the next phase of your lives, know that in each consecutive year, your answer to the question, "Who am I?" will never be the same. As you evolve, you will be provided with the opportunity to see life through various lenses. These new perspectives will alter your outlook on the world around you, allowing you to be more open to new things, ideals, and people. Remember that life is fleeting and that each day is a gift. You have been given the gift to choose how you want to spend each moment of every day and with whom you want to share those moments with. You are in control of your environment, your path, and your identity. As you prepare to leave your childhood behind, know that the choices that you have made over the past 18 years have led you to this point, this milestone, this celebration of who you are. This ceremony marks the end of who you were and the beginning of who you will become. Remember that your life is not laid before you, but is created by you. You have the power to create what will be. Your future is in your hands. Take hold of it and let others help you to guide your reins. I know that your futures are in the best hands because they are in your own. Congratulations to the class of 2015. You deserve all of the accolades bestowed to you. I cannot wait to see where life takes each and every one of you. I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. Just always remember that the best is yet to come. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to introduce our new head of the upper school, Miss Katie Gibson.
I'm not even sure where to begin with my praise for Haley Marr. She is the epitome of a true scholar, as anyone who has had the pleasure of working with her can attest. Whether as a student, friend, or classmate, Haley has a remarkable presence. She is calm under pressure, unflappable, and always focused. Her intelligence and integrity are as reliable as sunrise. In addition to her fierce intellect, she is also a committed member of our community outside of the classroom. She is a member and leader in many National Honor Societies, an editor of the yearbook, captain of the track team, and member of the student council. Last week at our awards ceremony, she won numerous awards, including Scholar Athlete of the Year, the Spanish Department Award, and a National Merit Award. Haley will graduate having taken the highest level of rigor in all 5 major disciplines at Ranney. Her course selection, consisting of 10 AP courses, 9 honors classes, and an amazing capstone, brings a smile to any educator's face, as she's basically taken every course we offer, and yet she continues to search for more rigor. A quick glance at her transcript reveals depth, breadth, and tremendous ability. She is the kind of student that teachers love: humble, smart, participatory, organized, eager to learn, and willing to push herself. She enjoys taking risks, and she has the talent and discipline to see them through. Haley is a student who embraces the notion of being a lifelong learner, and she enjoys sharing her knowledge with others as well. In addition to her academic achievements, Haley is also a foodie. She has already been scouting out the good eateries in Georgetown and has thankfully located the nearest Whole Foods on Wisconsin Avenue. It is my true privilege to present Haley Marr, whose graduation speech will no doubt be as impressive as everything else she's done in her time at Ranney.
Good afternoon, family, friends, administration, faculty, Board of Trustees, and the class of 2015, and thank you for joining us today at our commencement ceremony. Last week at our senior walk, the question on everybody's mind was, when did this happen? It is nearly impossible to believe that 4 years have passed since we were the typical frosh, as we boldly branded ourselves at our freshman year Spirit Week. However unbelievable as it may seem, this moment has been long awaited. We've even had a countdown to graduation in the senior lounge since March. In these past 4 years, our class has witnessed some significant changes. We observed the passing of the torch from Dr. Sykoff to Dr. Griffith, saw the upper school's population increase by a third, moved from the Patriot Conference to the Shore Conference, and finally filled the bleachers with cheering fans at our first whiteout game. We felt the school day's end stretch from 3:25 to 3:30, and the dress code loosened to make room even for Uggs. We initiated the formation of new groups from diversity to film club to cooking for a cause. We created new traditions such as pregame tailgates, holiday karaoke nights, and of course, the Ranney selfie. But these changes at Ranney pale in comparison to the changes that have occurred within us. We've expanded our academic reach from basic geometry to advanced calculus, from introduction to biology to AP physics, and from freshman research papers to 50-page senior capstones. We've dedicated time and energy to causes greater than ourselves, such as the Superstorm Sandy Dollar Wars, the NHS blood drive, and more bake sales than we can count. And we began to understand the importance of thinking beyond ourselves. We've grown from being participants to being leaders in sports, clubs, and activities, and we've learned what it means to lead by example. We're far from what we were, but also far from what we will become. We can quantify the time we've spent in the upper school in class periods, letter-day cycles, and semesters. Or we can measure it differently, in the moments we'll remember long past graduation, or by what we've learned not only from our teachers, but also from one another. We haven't always gotten along. It took us weeks to organize senior skip day, and we've had debates on almost every social media platform you could imagine. We're 79 people with 79 different points of view, and that makes the class of 2015 what it is: diverse, opinionated, and passionate. But from those clashes and conflicts, we've learned to accept different opinions and broaden our worldview. This may be the last time we're fully together as a class, and we should take this time to remember the great moments we've had together and recognize how we've helped one another grow. We should also acknowledge the many other people who have guided us in these past 4 years and beyond: our teachers, coaches, advisors, and especially our parents. Thanks, Mom and Dad. We should consider ourselves lucky to have the amazing support systems that we do, both at home and at Ranney. So to answer, when did this happen? The class periods may have seemed to go by slowly, but the 4 years have more than flown by. Where did they go? They went by as we sang the Twitter song as freshmen, sold enough pies to feed a small country as sophomores, drowned in standardized test prep as juniors, and in senior year, when we revived Panther Pride and got Eric's fight song stuck in just about everybody's head. The time flew as we scoured the depths of our closet to avoid outfit repeating during our weekly red dress down days junior year. It passed as we marched through the college process, got our acceptance letters, and bought our sweatshirts. The years were filled with retreats, sports games, class meetings, ceremonies, plays, proms, Oxford shirts, knowledge, vision, and honor. We're entering into the period that nearly every adult has told us will be the best years of our lives. Our time at Ranney has more than prepared us for the challenges that lie ahead and has provided us with more amazing moments than some get in a lifetime. We laughed, we cried, and we tried to house a Keurig in the senior lounge. We spent hours in classrooms, on the field and on stage, in the dining hall and in Panther Hall, all the while creating our own history and leaving our legacy at 235 Hope Road. No matter which particular moments each of us will remember the most, as we look back on our years at Ranney, we can all agree it was a great time to be a Panther. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the president of the senior class, Ms. Kristen Geiler, and the class officers to the podium to present the class gift to Dr. Griffith.
The 79 individuals seated before you entered the Ranney Upper School, each with their own hopes and dreams, yet each with an undefined path. Though we followed different tracks, we have helped each other find direction to discover our path here at Ranney. A special thank you to Mrs. Cicero, who has been a source of support and encouragement throughout our journey, and for that we are forever grateful. Our individual paths were not always a straight line. Sometimes they ran parallel, sometimes they went in opposite directions. Often, individual paths overlapped. On behalf of the class of 2015, we would like to present Dr. Griffith with a check for $13,739.23, which will be used to build a pathway between the annex and the upper school building. Each member of the class of 2015 will have their name engraved on one brick. Today, our individual paths are joined forever, literally and figuratively, as we leave Ranney with the class of 2015 pathway. Our hope is that it will serve as a reminder that individual paths built with dedication and perseverance, when joined together, yield a pathway to success. Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. Our maintenance staff will be so happy. There will never be grass growing in those spots in the center of the quad, so we're happy to have it back.
And now it's my privilege to welcome a member of the senior class who's a very, very gifted artist, Miss Caitlin Mullally, to present the class shield. Mrs. Greenberg, will you join us too?
As our school grows in size, 79 in our graduating class, it also grows in diversity. It was a challenge finding something that unifies all of us. Then I realized the class of 2015 was the class that brought school spirit to the Ranney School. We are the first class to host tailgates and exciting pep rallies with an overwhelming number of students supporting each other. A member of our class wrote the first Ranney fight song. I was inspired by the diversity of our grade and our ability to join together for our common goal of Panther Pride. When I thought about our class and all our differences, I couldn't help thinking about color. There's an infinite range of colors. There are tints, shades, complementary colors, analogous colors, neutral colors, warm colors, and cool colors. Some colors work incredibly well together, while others don't get along. This year's Senior Shield brings together an incredible number of colors to show our Panther Pride. 2 panther portraits were sculpted, one for each side of the shield. Moving from left to right, the smaller panther begins its journey at the Ranney School in cool colors of blue and greens, and leaves a brighter and warmer grown panther. The color palette was inspired by the artists of the Fauves movement from the early 20th century, who painted in bold, vibrant, and exciting colors. According to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Fauve painters were the first to break with Impressionism, as well as with older and traditional methods of perception. The class of 2015 has broken with the tradition of apathy towards school spirit and changed our perception of Panther Pride. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome to the podium for the keynote speech our headmaster, Dr. John Griffith.
Thank you, Paul. Welcome on this beautiful day as we celebrate commencement with the class of 2015. We welcome trustees, faculty, parents, students, and friends of the Ranney School class of 2015. A welcome to special guests, particularly my predecessor, Dr. Sykoff, and his wife, Joyce, who are here with us today. So welcome to Larry. As I thought about a way to frame my comments to this class, I reflected on some literary works that I've been reading this year in my Romantics and Victorians elective. It's been a pleasure to teach some of these students this year, my brethren in Romantics and Victorians. It's been a pleasure to teach Romantics and Victorians this year and to read with them a lot of works, culminating this spring in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Now, Somehow the entire journey of a class toward graduation, and perhaps especially this graduating class, can be looked at through the distorting and amplifying mirror of the looking glass. This class, after all, chose the yearbook for their yearbook theme, the circus. So Alice seemed like an obvious touchstone. As you all know from having read or seen some version of the story,